Thanks for coming back, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thanks for buying the shirt. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have the engine mounts stuck in there. We just kind of weld them inside there right now. They're all welded underneath. Nate got inside there and melted them on real good and hard. What I have done is I've straightened out the floor pans that we cut to allow the engine to go in. Then I've cased or capped them all. When I say capped, is I've put square stock back in place where it was cut. So you can see that the floor, where the bead, where the beads are running there, the step down in the floor panel was there. Now it's gone because now we're using this shape for the engine. And also now when you go underneath the car, there's still a nice finish underneath there because nothing is cut or shown on the metal. So everything's really nice. We're back up in here with the square stock, back up in there. We're going straight back through. You can see that I have 2 lines here. This is where our transmission come through. We were a little close here for speedometer cable. Not sure if that's happening or not, but we have a dry shaft tunnel going straight back through. Just measured from this side to that side, found center, and then drew a line so we're going down center with our drive shaft. So we're basically, engine transmission fits, dry shaft tunnel is getting figured out. I'm thinking more has to be cut out of that. That's what I'm thinking. Also with this thing, we just keep cutting a little bit out. Just keep cutting more out, more out, more out, and try to keep it clean as we go. Now that the floor is getting cut and I can get that engine in there, no problem. You've seen that we put the weight on the frame yesterday, me and Nate did. What's going on now, when we let it down or jacked it back up, you could see the frame move, Nate, a little bit.
A little bit of flex there, yeah.
A little bit of flex in here, down at the bottom. So when we put the engine, obviously it wants to go to the ground. So it's obviously pulling on this and pushing on that. You could see a little bit of flex going on there. We do not want that whatsoever. There's going to be some more metal work going in here and there and that sort of stuff. But what's going to happen is I'm going to tie this together. This is the mount, oil pan. We're going to come underneath the oil pan and come over this side and tie it together to make it so it cannot pull it apart. Here's the engine. Let's go for it. If you need anything at all, Nate, just give me a holler.
Yeah.
He won't holler.
Got something. Where'd it go? Oh, back over there. Trip over.
Just going to get this up in the air. I was going to put it back in and do it that way, but I don't think there's any need. Jolene talked me out of it. Just jack it up, she said, and jack it up and do it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to jack it up and do it.
The good thing is you can stick them bushings together with the bolt in it, right? So it'll give you a pretty good measurement.
Right.
Just stick the bushing, put your bolt in it, and you'll be really close.
This?
Yeah. For when you measure down around or whatever.
Thanks, old buddy. I never even thought of that one. I was wondering how I was going to do that. Huh?
You probably already had it figured out. I'll just be quiet now.
No, that was good. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. That way there, just like Nathan said, when I come up, we'll see. I'll show you exactly what's going on. This is what he said, and this is what I'm going to take. Always take a good idea. Just because it's not yours doesn't mean it's not good. Put them in there like that. That way there, when I build them out, I got something where to come to. I've only got another 3/16 and I'm right on the money. And that hole was drilled exactly the same because that's what Nate did. He drilled the hole exactly the same. It's not moving around a bunch. So I got a good true read. Unless the engine gets smaller or shrinks or something, huh? I don't think that's going to happen. Let's do this.
Tight like a tiger. Okay.
And I was thinking, I jumped forward a little bit on these motor mounts. I did, because I could have took, although I think these are going to be awesome, excellent for a motor mount. I mean, there's all kinds of cushion in there, rubber in there. But I could have waited just a little bit longer until I got these before I made the length of my bracket. And then I got thinking, if the shorter the bracket, the shorter this piece of pipe here, welder on here, is harder to rip off than a longer piece. If I got a piece of 1-inch square stock going to a 4-inch piece, that 4-inch piece would be easier to rip off than that. And the reason I'm saying that, because there's more of an anchorage to twist it or bend it. Where that's smaller, I'm thinking that, just thinking in my little pee-wee head, that it might be a little bit harder to get off than a longer piece. But, like I said, if I would have had the bushings before I started this, I could have made the length of my situation a little different, so I wouldn't have had to cut the bushings, which would have saved me time in the end. But they really fit good. Let's do this, let's get up a little higher. So we're making a cross member out of the motor mounts. That's what we're doing. We're making a cross member out of the motor mounts. Gonna get myself a piece of paper. And it's fun, you know, or say, it is fun to accomplish hurdles. Like, that was a hurdle today, to get the sending unit, put it in the gas tank, get it so it works, so it comes back out. We should almost write it down, what the sending unit is. We should almost write that stuff down, and I don't do that, and you should, no doubt in my mind. You want to show them how you done that, Nate?
Yeah.
And what that's out of? What I'm impressed about is, Nate looked at the gas tank, he said, Ford truck should fit that. That's the kind of stuff you need to know sometimes when you're building something, because you could be running forever to get something to fit. Or you can buy a multi-purpose one, but Nate knew that
We
would
just
work.
had to tweak it. When it first went in, it was just touching, so we had to tweak it just a little bit.
What's it out of?
78 Ford half-ton with the rear tank.
That's why he knew exactly what it would look like, because he has one.
Then I took a hole saw that was the same size as the rubber, made an indent into the plate with the hole saw. So that's what the rubber sets into, where I just cut a little groove in it with that. And then I cut tabs off another old tank outside that fit the lock. And the two line-up spots on this, so it don't turn, so it stays in place, I cut them in with a file, so they're square, so that they can go in and set and stay locked where it sets down in there. So it fit pretty good in the end. It worked out all right, and we're still just marking stuff up. But then the lines line up down in there. Down, get that one under.
So that's why it's good to have stuff outdoors. Like, and we had them little tabs off another little gas tank outside.
So now you can't turn it or nothing. It goes in where it goes there. Yeah. Yep, them tabs were off another old one out back. And this stays centered because the sending unit has a groove on the sending unit for your ring to center itself. So it'll stay there when you're tacking it around. So
I'm going to help Nate put this up in place. We have to figure out a filler spout.
yeah,
Now I know how old Jimbo feels or felt when we made the gas tank for him. There was a lot to do.
right. We're just coming back off and being painted anyway, so I'm not going to put it in.
Basically what he did right there, cut them tabs off another gas tank and welded them on there. Made it work.
And it still goes in and goes to its locks and everything when it's all the way in. So that's going to be good that way.
Like some of the stuff that we're doing here, you may be able to buy something more reasonable. You may be able to do it. But if we cannot get it within the time that we have, then it's not reasonable anymore. We don't have it, we have to make it. There is gas tanks we probably could have bought to put in its place, but let's face it, it's hours away, days away, maybe even weeks away. Just getting stuff for the engine, like as we were rolling along there, like brackets for alternators and whatever, power steering pump, whatever. That stuff needs to be gotten or found or bought or whatever, but it takes time. And
You had a bunch of stuff for the regular ones, but not much stuff for the short pump and stuff is what we had to look into. That spout goes in towards the front, right? That pickup goes towards the front. That's where the fuel lines went. But I'm asking you.
Yes, it probably.
Looking at that one there, it went towards the front on that one.
Okay.
That's how I ran the fuel lines anyway.
Oh yeah, I want to put this down for a second.
Yeah.
I was just thinking I've made that as the back. That's right.
There
You're
we
right.
go. that would have been in the car like that. That was on the front. That's why I run the fuel lines where I did. But unless you want to, we can still change it. Whatever you think.
It is the way it is. It's a gas tank. I just thought that I was using that as the back. That's all. You got the straps?
They're outside here. I just bring them in. They're all rock guarded.
We're just going to get this gas tank up in place, and then we're going to figure out where the filler spout's going to go on it. Also, we've got some rot back here. This is the only rot in the whole car. We got a place right here in the trunk part of it, right there, and we got a little spot right there. We drilled those holes with a self-tapper. That's the only holes in the whole floor of the car. Obviously, this is not the floor of the car, but what we're going to do is we're going to make a new piece of metal for this right here. We're going to leave that metal there. I'm not cutting that out, and the reason being is if we cut that metal out from the underneath, it'll look like poop. It will, unless you do a bunch of work. So we're going to go right over top of it. That right there, we'd end up maybe sealing it with some seam sealer from underneath, and you would probably not even know. When you get underneath the car, it still has all its right shape, all its right configuration. You will not see a place where something's been cut out and repaired. Don't want that. I just want that covered over, and when we bolt the straps back up, we want a nice secure floor that we have no issue.
That's a short one there. I'll go underneath. And
Nathan's pointing at me, so I better get to work.
no, I was just, no, I'm sorry. I just
You don't have to be sorry.
asking.
I know you took you back, get to work. We're getting the gas tank up in place, and then I might have to hold that on the other side.
That's what I was asking. If that's okay.
More than okay. Pull my pants up. You taking a sneak peek?
What's that?
Call you Sneaky Pete.
Get the washer on there.
I'm hoping them gas tank straps are good now. I did a little bit of welding on the tab, trying to make them like what they look like originally. The gas tank that I made is a little bit bigger than original. And that's like me and Jolene was talking with the gas tank. To be honest with you, a sheet of metal.
You got that washer not there? Yeah, okay.
A sheet of metal, or half a sheet to make a gas tank, and then weld it all up and grind it down to make it look like something, put a place in for a filler spout and a pickup. You probably could buy a gas tank. And that's the things you have to fight with in your own brain, I guess, when you're going to build your own car. What would you rather do, and would you rather wait or whatever? This sort of thing here, let's just make it and go with it. Hello, baby. That's all right, sweetheart. I have to thank where are they from? Home Bay? They bring the visor.
Which
cool.
car does that fit, Chad?
50 Pontiac, I think.
Oh, really?
But you know, in us, we can make her fit anything. Is that good?
Yeah, good enough. Good. All right.
Good enough.
So, yeah. Okay.
See, I don't know where the holes go yet. The other gas tank fit in here and strap went up there, but it doesn't fit in any there anymore. I got a bigger gas tank.
Does it stay back from the sweat? Okay, I haven't seen this yet. You and Doug had this up.
Me neither. I'm brand new.
New.
Is that the hole that's supposed to hit?
What's supposed to hit?
Oh, the got line right there.
No, the gas line goes out past the sway bar. So I'm thinking wherever you got these, like,
And they're not.
like that gas line will work perfect right there if that's anywhere as close to where you're putting it.
Yeah, that's right there. That's the bad boy. But what I'm saying, in the back, it's not right.
So you're up against that cross member. The front's not up in there. What's going to hold the front?
What's going to hold the front? The strap, where we bolt it.
But when it tightens up, okay.
Gonna come your way some. Maybe we should make that piece first. Now that we know that's going there, or that's going to work there. Is it going to work? Is it?
It'd be nice if that front of the tank was down just a little bit, but
Goes down a little bit. We can bring it forward. Does that bring it down? No, we don't want to bring it forward. Bring it backwards.
well, see, if it was right there, it'd be better, right? But we're going to have to make some kind of a.
basically, I think we're gonna have to fix that floor first.
Yeah.
We're gonna put the tank exactly where we want it, and then bolt it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might have to put little bumper things up in this front corner.
Do we want to, maybe I'm gonna grab the jack.
Do you want to grab the what, sorry?
I'll grab the jack.
Okay,
and then we
can
can put
hold
that
it there
tank.
and drill for the hole for the filler spout.
Exactly.
Excellent. Excellent.
Jack.
It's underneath this car, actually.
Perfect. That's where it needs to be.
I can get it up here. You want to put the jack under it.
Do I want a piece of wood underneath of it, or?
Yeah, slide that under there if you got it. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, just a second. I'll get these straps. A second. Just a second. Of course, that would be right under there. Okay.
Make it just as hard as possible, eh?
Every time.
So basically, all I'm wanting is probably the same distance between each shackle.
Yep.
We got the shackle on this side right here. You can see the shackle right there. Shackle on this side. Basically, just eyeing it up, making it the same distance.
Okay, there. We're getting close there, Chad. A little bit more if you want. Oh, there. Okay, right there. Now we can line it up wherever you want.
Okay.
Can you see the shackle? So I can't.
I can actually knock it over some.
No, I can pull it over if you want.
Yeah, just pull it over a little bit. I'm just going to center it up with my eye. Nothing but. And the reason being is because I can. Pull it over just a little tiny. That's good. Yeah, you might go back just a peep. That's good.
Okay, I can mark for that filler spout then. And I can do that floor piece.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Maybe it's going to have to come over more. But then again, it was that close to the tank there. See, look. And it's got a little lip in here too, right? If you feel like that, I got a little lip on that tank,
right.
like they got.
Right.
So it's going to have to come over there more. Maybe it's going to have to come over this way just a little bit more.
Okay. Just watch how close this is the hanger, and I'll push it over, Chad.
Yeah. Keep going. Whoa.
Okay, can you see the spring hanger there, how close it is on that side? As long as you get a couple inches there.
Yeah, it's not going to spring hanger. Not at all.
Okay.
And that gives you room. What about your gas?
I ain't worried about that. We're going to make that work, no problem.
Lots of room on this side. Got lots of room on this side. And there's seems to be. You can eye it up
Yeah,
from underneath.
that's fine. There's lots there. It's only going to have a 2-inch hole in it. It's only going to have
I'm
a
going
2-inch
to
hole.
let Nathan go at this. He's got a filler spout to put in.
And the
and
patch in the floor.
a piece of metal to fabricate.
Yep.
And I'm going to fabricate a Crossmember. But to get that gas tank geared up for in the day, it's a good hurdle. To get a Crossmember made in a day is a good hurdle. And what I'm trying to say is, hurdles are good. Let's do it this way. Just gonna put that there for a second. That's gonna come away. Let's cut something out and see what happens. That doesn't look very good, but when I look at it on the ground, that's when I get to fix it. You know, that doesn't look very good at all. It doesn't look centered to me. It doesn't look anything, if you know what I'm trying to tell you. But I can do this. I'm gonna move this line over a little bit. I'm gonna move this line over a little bit. And then I'm gonna make it look good. Or try to make it look better. Here we go, we'll start with that. That'll get us up around that old pan maybe. better than I first drew it, didn't it? Doesn't it, sweetheart? Got too much out of it. Yeah, I'm gonna jack this up higher. I don't really want to get it up too high. I guess it'll hurt less if I only get it 4 feet high and then 6 feet high if it falls on me. What? Baby? Can't see both sides at the same time is what I can't see. Nathan?
Yes, sir.
Can I get your...
I told me to hold that on there and you can mark it on the back side.
I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to try it, see what happens. Do you want to hold that side there? Just hold it there. I can do this. Just want to try to get it. I'm going to take a little bit of material off this side. I'm right with you, Nate. Stay with me, buddy. Stay with me. Just want to press it. Thanks, buddy. Yeah. And I got 2 marks there. Got 2 marks there where it should work. Let's make something that's going to make Crossmember. That's down too far, I think. I think I took it up some though, didn't I? Ooh, that's really close. Let's do this. I don't know what I want to make yet. I don't know if I want to make something out of flat metal, and I don't know if I want to make something out of square stock. I don't know what I want to make it out of yet. And there's got a little difference going on here. We might as well try to make it look the same. We can add to it or take away. That's for sure. Cut top of it off.
This filler spout's not rusty or anything, Chad, so I'm just actually going to cut this one off the tank.
Yeah, sure.
Clean it up and use
Yep.
that same filler spout.
Sure.
I marked an angle on it so I can tell where it goes.
Let's just make it a square stock. Make it easier. I got some. Made up my mind as I'm doing it. Let's cut that one in. I was thinking about flat metal crosshair. I'd at least have a nice plate of, 3/16 or a 1/4 inch would be nice underneath there. But where I got the square stock, I think I'm going to use it.
You think the square stock's not going to flex? And like that, the flex, the square stock, the flex easier than the flat plate will.
True.
Just a thought.
Now, for me to weld that underneath there, I just have to cut that circle off, and that'll be a nice piece going up underneath that. We'll hold that together. Now, I just want to see here. Nate, can I get your hand again for a sec, buddy? I want you to hold, if we can, you put your bolt right in the center. That's the center of that bolt there. I'm going to hold the center on this one here. Let's just see what happens on the engine. Yeah, I just want to see what it looks like underneath the oil pan. Is it? We have to go in the middle of that. That's not going to work, is it? Not deep enough. So I have to add two. Wait. No, I just. I love that when that happens. All right, let's do this. Thank you, Nate. That's all. I appreciate it. I'm gonna add more to it. What do you think, honey? Huh? She's happy, smiling, smiling. Now, I recall. Need more on here. Just modifying a little bit. Big. Take a little bit out and try it. I just cut that piece of paper off again today. We'll perfect it as we get going. We'll perfect it as we get going. Nate, you will give me a hand again? I'll get you running back and forth.
It's okay.
It's okay, he said.
I could use exercising and
See what we got going on here for the bolt.
I'm on the front.
Still got a bit wider, eh? All right. Well, you have to go to the front side. Let me get this one. Having a hard one on this one. Okay. Make it wider. Make it wider. Yeah, you might as well stay. Please. Yeah, there you go. I'm not sure if that's. I'll add to it if it's not right.
It's hitting the bottom corner a little bit too.
Where was that? Lifting off. Yeah. I want it tight to the oil pan, basically. And I started wrong because I still got a couple more over there, ain't I? It's close, isn't it, though? It's close.
So when you get back here, it'll be...
I got her now. I think.
Go to the middle of your, I'm just going to the middle.
Are you on the middle of your thing?
It's in the middle of the bolt hole here, but I was going to the middle of the mount there. If you pull it, it's not.
Okay, I'll take it. Freezing, thank you. Well, this is where it's got to go. And I'll have to add more to the outside, obviously. This down here don't matter. Like the green-eyed monster. Fina's outside working today. Just put a little tape on that so I don't lose it. Take me a second here. Pattern has changed.
Square stuff down there probably flex quite bad. So if you put a piece of flat plate, maybe not.
So, all right. I'm on the center of my bolt. You on the center of your
I
bolt?
went right in the center in the middle of the mat. I'm right in the middle. I took the bolt out and in the center of the mat.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm out here. Okay. We're good there. I take another. A little bit off that, and add an inch.
Wouldn't hurt, so I have an inch right here.
Yes.
So you take it and add an inch.
Right there, I need a little bit off.
Can I piece of tape just going across the side of it?
I was thinking I was going to get smart. Let's do this. How much did I need? Try that. If you want to just put your thing back in and just put it, then we'll get a true read. I put mine on my side and you put yours on your side. And we'll go to the front of the nut. And then I can see how bad I am. Bad Chad. So I'm just going on the front of the bolt and just putting my right in the center. Now.
So you'll never be against that
No.
oil filter. You're going to be back here for the drain plug right here somewhere. So be close.
I just wanted to. Yeah, I got to draw. That's got to draw it just like I said.
Just that you're going to be back here, but right here, by the drain plug when it comes down by.
Okay. One more time.
It's a big happy face.
It is a big half face now. I drew the bottom off and I cut this out too. I'm going to have to add to that, obviously. This is going to be the inside pattern. Guess it's the most important, to be honest with you.
Yeah, let's keep the inside.
I can make moons. Is that how we had that? Yeah. Just go on this bolt. That's good. Straighten her a little bit there, add a little bit on the back, but it's going to fit everywhere. Is it going to be right over? No, it's going to just miss the.
You're going to be back here, just on the touching the edge of it, which should be too bad. Might have to just put a little notch right, because it's going to be back here, but there, so it'll be close.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Now just got to perfect this bad boy. Just going to cut this out a little bit here. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Nathan. Just going to cut this out a little bit. Now, let's do this. Doesn't have to be quite that wide, does it? I'm gonna widen this sucker out. Sliding that in. Now we have to draw something that looks right. Gonna come down.
It's a 2-inch one.
Just following this line, I guess. That line's pretty good. Not bad. Just cut that off. Now I'm saying that that's our crossmember that we're going to make. We'll cut that off. And that's where it goes. Alrighty, let's find some stuff to make it out of. Ooh. Let's find some. That's nowhere near big enough. I'm just going to take a runner to the junkyard. You staying here with him. See if I got a piece of plate. I do not have a piece of plate. Shouldn't say that yet. Not thick enough, not in my opinion. Let's go back in. Probably going to be square tube, and that's what it's going to be, probably. This is what we'll do. Let's go and do it. We'll make it out of square stock, and then we'll gusset the corners. Be better than having nothing, and the reason being is that's what I got. Let's do it. Yeah, I say let's do it. Let's find some square stock. Piece there. Any more over here? Any square stock in the... Nope. Any square stock in... We used some square stock there yesterday. We must have put that back in there. I just want a little bit. I want a little piece of square stock. This is where everything goes, or not everything, but a lot of the stuff goes. So we can reuse a nice little piece. Don't throw anything away. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go in the middle of that, in the middle of that, and then we'll put a piece across there. Let's do this. Get my pen, get a grinder going. This is what I'm going to do first. No, go for it. It is what it is. You're cutting that open? Let's watch.
Huh?
We're going to watch you.
Oh, wow.
Let's watch him. Oh my Lord, he says. Wow, that worked good. Did good job. Usually it ends up perfect. What was I going to say? A lot of people, you know, I see on advertising the pipe fitters, like if I want a piece of square stock to fit this round piece of pipe, a lot of people will get that drill out and get that hole saw going, and then try to scoop some of it out so it's round. Yeah. For me, I would never do that because I can just V it out. Like watch this now, see I just V'd that out?
I had a mishap doing that one time, cutting the pipe.
Yeah.
Also, when I first learned about using it,
Yeah.
I was holding the pipe, and I was drilling on the bench. Same thing, I should have had a device, but I didn't have the device at the time. And when it caught and grabbed and slipped off the end, and that came right down across my thumb right there.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. It was good in the thumb.
We come to that. That's how we can get that to fit instead of using a whole, you know, same thing. Like, I mean, let's face it, you want a little bit of gap in there, but same thing. We got one on this side, it's gonna fit right underneath that round stock. You see it's gonna fit right there. I don't know how we're running that in the center of that or how we're running it, but I'm gonna cut this one. Put it on this one. Sitting on her. We'll put it. I think we should do it right in the center. And that way there, we get a little bit more. Yeah, do I have to? We'll put it in the center of that. Get it down there nice. Let's cut this bad boy off. How do we want to do that? Do we want... I guess we'll cut it off here. The reason I'm gonna... Why did I draw it this way? Oh yeah, there we go. That was stuck in there. I had one piece of off that down in there and get her wiggled around and out through the hole. Okay, now we can mark that and tack that in. So I marked that about right there. That's about where it's going to be. Actually, let's do it. One cut looks a little bit more than the other. Let's cut them off. Get a couple more zip cuts here. Baby bought me some new zip cuts she did. Like Christmas.
Just tipped up a little bit on that one.
Nice to have that little paper pattern, obviously, so we can put this together. Cut this one off. Okay, let's get our welder going.
Here's the you got the blow gun over there, Chad?
What's that, buddy?
You got the blow gun over there?
Got one right here though.
Oh, I did find one. One of them for you.
You got one?
Yeah.
Just gonna weld this up here on the floor. Should be okay. Now, it's underneath, I'd say, the center of our piece. Underneath the center of our piece. Under the center. Got no ground. I'm so glad I caught that. You know what would have happened? I would have pushed it off and then I would have had to get up and get it and set it all over again. Now it's set. I'm going to start on this piece and run over this piece because this piece has got the ground. See what happened there? I put it on the wrong piece. Just make sure she's all good and go. Still in place. Still in place. We'll just turn it over and tack it on the other side. Now, if this fits up underneath there and hits those, then I'm good to go. And I'm going to have to try it both ways to see which way it fits the best. Beautiful. I'm going to sand them out just a little bit. Beautiful. As long as it doesn't hit the oil pan is all I want to lay down here, I guess. All kinds of room. In the middle, all kinds of room. Unless my oil plug come out, I probably could come up another length maybe. I'm not sure if it's necessary. This is what I'm going to do. Let's put it in there. We'll center it on this. I'm just going to sand them out just a little tiny bit. Don't want anything to go anywhere, so I'm being careful with it. I don't think it matters. What I want to do is I want to weld it on there, and then I want to weld it up. Also, what time is it? 52? I'll tack it on, and then I'll show what I want to do, what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in the center of this, center of those. Front end stayed right where it needs to be. See if I can get in here and get this. One to hold it. One to hold it. Trying to put in the center. A little too close. Good enough to hold it. Just want to get out and see if it's straight or not. Kick it all over the place. It probably could be brought. Actually, good thing just putting a little tack on it. You can bend it. Like, I mean, I want to make it straight as possible. I'll go the other side. Just do this. And I'm just kind of wondering, the easiest place possible is in the front, so I'm just going to run a beat. Really making sure it's on there. We'll weld all this up after, obviously. Now I have a cross member going there. Just like Nathan said, it probably wouldn't have a whole lot of strength, you know, but what I'm going to do is we have to come down around this oil pan, so it has to be what it has to be. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do this. Not right there. And it won't, like it won't, you know, I'm not sure. It may still move. We're hoping it doesn't. But maybe we can take and put one of these on, like on that, like where we can, one of those, shape it a little bit, put it in there. That would have to be shaped a little different. We can do that, but it's pretty tight going up and around there. But that's the only place basically where it would flex. So that would be where we would put a gusset on there, maybe something like that. But I'm thinking there's a cross member that we're gonna have for that. It's just gonna go underneath the oil pan. It's not below any of the steering. You can come take a look. Like it's not below like anything, so everything's good. Just gonna turn that off for a second. Just gonna come back and take a look at it. Come back and take a look at it. Ah, neck. Almost looks like it could go up a little bit on one end, maybe. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for coming back. I really appreciate it. We're just doing daily chores of trying to get this stuff done. Want to make a cross member for that because of the weight of the engine and the chassis. Just because we got the inside going good. Basically, we just have to cut back a little bit further so we can get that drive shaft tunnel down through. Figure what I'm going to do here. I'm basically just going to have to keep cutting this, and then we'll face it with square stock like we did all this, so it looks nice. Now what I want to do is I want to shove the engine in to actually see if it looks good, basically, and see if I can gusset it. I already want to thank everybody for coming back. We really appreciate it. Keep coming back. Thanks for the support. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. There's extra content on Jolene's station all the time, full time, so you always should go check that out if you want to see more. Nate has actually just put the spout in. We have the sending unit and the pickup done. It's getting closer all the time. And the reason I was a little hesitant putting it in because I thought that was the back. But anyways, it worked out. Everything worked well. And just every little hurdle you get a little bit closer, and you should feel the exact same way on your project. If you're trying to make something like that, get a paper pattern going and add paper, take away paper. The faster you get the pattern done, the faster you can get the unit done. And have a great day. Come back tomorrow, and we will be here.